Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christy with Van On Company. It's Friday, April 22nd. I'm going to go over the markets with you. You had everyone crying out reversal day as you had weaker trade across the board. Definitely saw some profit taking really come into these markets in a swift style. Soybeans down 31 cents on its front month of May and July, and then you had deferred contracts of November down about 18 and a quarter there. Overall, still with that negativity, you did close 31 cents higher on those front contracts, so that support was be able to outweigh that weakness come the end part of the market. So with it being down 31, it really pulled the pressure across the board for both wheat and corn. Wheat was down 19 to 28 cents. Minneapolis closed steady on the week, and then corn was down actually 13 and a half cents. So that was probably most disappointing, and you ended up closing down 6 and a quarter on the week. So pressure came into these corn markets swiftly. It sounds like planting's going okay. There's just not a lot of support coming in, and all the pressure from the other markets was really weighing onto the corn market. So you brought that down. That puts its front month at 371, which we saw a couple of weeks ago there. You know, what you also saw is the fact that this forecast is looking for above average precip for planting for the next 2 weeks. So we could see that forecast over the weekend if it comes in once again, depending on where we see planting progress on Monday. That could start playing into it, and you could see fundamentals take over the technical side of things. This has been a technical driven market here for about a month now, so the fundamentals just haven't mattered, and at some point fundamentals will eventually trump the technical trade, and we'll be watching that weather for planting. So far it sounds like everything's been going really great. We were low on the end of the range for planting progress last Monday, so you'd imagine you played a little bit of catch up here and saw that come into, and that is Monday here after the close. This afternoon we will see managed money fund buying, what they came in here and actually bought. It'll be interesting to see whether or not they bought enough to push corn into a net long condition. We'll get that at 3 p.m. and that'll tell us what they've been really doing over there. Otherwise, into the meat markets, a little bit disappointing trade for feeder cattle, down anywhere from $2.50 to $3.50. With corn down as low as it was, you'd think it found a little bit of support, but you're coming into a feeder cattle, which I think a little people are coming in here on the bearish side of things. You're going to have that cattle on feed, and that's going to dictate how trade comes in next Monday. Live cattle just a little bit weaker. Sounds like you had actual cash trade at 127 lives there. Hogs slightly higher. The dollar was actually up 50 cents today. That could have put pressure onto the commodities, but I really think it was just investment flow, profit taking coming into the weekend that really dictated how the trade went. Otherwise, crude slightly higher, and then stock market slightly lower. So mixed trade there. I do have to close with the disclaimer: trading in futures and options involves risk loss and may not be suitable for all producers. Have a great weekend.